Okay, I'm doing a little test of CacheCade Pro 2.0. The trial license is expired, but I have the hardware key in place, so this should work out fine. Let's start with the properties of this virtual machine you're seeing running. Here's the hard drive, and it's on what I call the LSI RAID5 array. Okay, so if we look at the properties of the ESXi host, configuration, storage, here's the LSI RAID array. You can see a little bit about it. Click on devices. You can see the types of solid state drives I actually have in the LSI data store in question. Okay, so this data store is 5.46 terabytes formatted in the VMFS file system. And you're going to see pretty good evidence that it's getting a nice healthy boost from CacheCade Pro 2.0, which has been running for well over a month. So I'm also kind of curious, given lack of trim support from VMware's ESXi 5.0 Update 1. Given the lack of trim support, it's really not VMware's issue, about trim. It's really about the RAID adapter that's using it for CacheCade SSD caching of the RAID5 array. So the code on the LSI 9265 RAID adapter does not support trim. But again, I've been abusing this array quite a bit for coming up in 2 months. First the trial edition, and then finally CacheCade Pro 2.0's hardware key. So my impression of those numbers is good. I don't think I'm seeing a big degradation, if any. We'll let that finish up here. Okay, I don't have access to my screenshots of before CacheCade Pro 2.0. It was running for a month or two. Actually, I could bring that up on a browser here, on a previous blog post I did about this. So we'll let the benchmark finish up here. And I'll bring up what the performance looked like about a month ago. Whoops, interesting. It appears the benchmark may be failing. Let's have a deeper dive here. So let's look at the vSphere client for a moment. And let's see what might be going on. If we look at storage performance, we see we may have a problem. Let's see. Is vCenter working? Is ESXi working? This isn't looking too good. Looks like we've witnessed some kind of a problem here. Now looking out of band, the host is up, ESXi is up. Let's see if we can ping it. It's alive. Maybe just vCenter is going a little wonky on me, so let's go ahead and test that out. Actually, it looks like the vSphere client itself is just a goner. Okay. So I'll just go ahead and kill the vSphere client, and let's see what happens. Okay. Sure appears vCenter is dead. Okay. So the vCenter console showing that's not too happy. Yeah, I think some bad things have happened here. Let's see if I can get that console going. Okay, it appears I may have dropped my RAID adapter. So that's not good. So here's the ESXi. If I dropped the RAID adapter, did I have vCenter running in the RAID array? I'm not sure why vCenter went down. vCenter summary tells me it lives on the RAID array. Okay, so that would be why vCenter acted funny. ESXi itself is up. Storage. Can I browse the data store? No, I can't. Wow. Can I browse this data store? A 1 terabyte drive? Sure. Can I browse this old Samsung SSD? Sure. Can I browse my external RAID 0? Yep. Well, this is odd. Let's try a rescan. Okay, completed rescan, and the RAID 5 went away entirely. And you can see a bunch of VMs that were on there inaccessible. Okay, not much else to do but to reboot the hosts. Okay, so that's rebooting, and now we should see this window indicate ESXi going down. Maybe not. Might have to try to go in this way. Let's see if it responds. Yeah, it's responsive. Okay, so this has disconnected. So that's unhappy. Yet we're not seeing signs of a shutdown of ESXi itself from this view yet. Still respond to ping? Sure does. Oh dear. Don't remember locking it down either. So it looks like I'm destined to have to hit the power cord. Let me hit Control-Delete, which is ignoring. Yeah, I can't even hit F2. So the local console, it's in a lockdown mode. All right. Well, it appears I don't have much choice. I'm going to go ahead and tap the power button, which is probably going to do nothing. Then I'll push and hold the power button until everything goes quiet. Power's off forcibly. And then I'll power on and I'll watch carefully to see what the LSI 9265 RAID adapter shows. So tapping the power button did absolutely nothing. Pushing and holding the power button now, everything went off. Letting all the drives settle down, letting the external enclosure spin down and shut off as well. Once those eSATA connectors see nothing going on, they shut off. All right, Mediasonic external closures are off too. Okay, powering back up again. Let's watch and see what the LSI adapter does. And then I'm going to want to boot off of Windows, kind of look around Mega RAID and see what the health of this RAID array looks like. I might do that if I see any signs of a problem here. And actually, I think my default boot is set to go ahead and boot into Windows. Probably just let it do that. So here we go. LSI is coming up. Okay, I'm going to try foreign. Oh dear. It's really strange. It's almost like triggering a benchmark or heavy I/O. The RAID adapter decided to time out the license keys. I don't know. The only other time I've seen this behavior is when I stripped out the license keys. So I don't really have a good explanation of what is going on there. See my OCZ Vertex is there, Vertex 4. There's my drives attached to the motherboard directly. And there's the Mega RAID UI coming up. Web BIOS. Import the relevant drives or discard the cache. If you reboot your server, you'll not be able to start your operating system as long as the preserved cache persists. Okay, well, so I guess I've just run into my first bump on the road with CacheCade 2.0. We witnessed it basically die. So now I'm recovering. What are my options? If I hit OK, does it get me into the web BIOS? Does it let me continue? It did. All right, showing an optimal array and online. Oh, strange. Okay, how about advanced software options? What is it? Alt-A, hit enter. Down arrow's not working so well. All right, well, I'm going to do what I did to recover the first time this happened, and that is bring up my own site here and the trial key. So here's the trial keys, site 9265 and that key. So I'm going to go ahead and key that in. So let's see how it goes and see if I'm back in action once I type that in. So we're going to down arrow our way to CacheCade, if I can get it to work. Okay, let's try that again. Alt-A for advanced software. Hit enter, down arrow. Boy, that doesn't work so well. So let's get the cursor in the right field. There we go. Now I'm ready to type. Tab. Okay, activates highlighted. Let's see what happens. It looks like it just lit me up for another 30 days. And FastPath is also enabled. Wait a minute, let's see what's going on here. Um, 9265. 2 keys. Features enabled for 90 days. All right. Looks like I need to do the other key as well. It's a little weird. I don't remember that, but I did record the first time, so I don't know. All right, so FastPath is back. And I guess I want to finish and then go back in. Oh dear. Okay. Alt-A for advanced, hit enter. Go to CacheCade. This does seem weird that I'm doing this. So I'm looking at the safe ID number, yeah, and it doesn't match. All right, I guess I'll type this thing in, see what happens. Okay, so CacheCade and FastPath are now enabled for 30 days. Tab my way to finish. And let's hit restart and see what happens. Or even better, just get to exit. Having some trouble here. Let me just control delete it and see if it lets me do that. There we go, we're rebooting. All right, so now let's watch carefully and see if it behaves any differently after putting in the trial keys. Okay, I'm going to try F for foreign. Did not import, so that didn't go too well. Okay, it's probably going to insist on going into the web BIOS, which is kind of good. I like that behavior. All right, I'm back in. So until I discard this cache, I'm probably toast. So that's kind of what it's saying here. So I'm going to hit discard cache. Preserve cache for the following offline virtual device can only be discarded by deleting the virtual drives. Would I like to delete? This is frustrating though, because any VMs I had going might get corrupted. The one that I really care about is actually on an external RAID, so not that big a deal if Virtual Center is corrupted, but I don't know. I'd like to delete the virtual drives. Preserved cache can only be discarded by deleting the virtual drive. So it's actually having me nuke the array. Would I like to delete the above offline virtual drive? So, no, not really. If I hit Alt-C for cancel, it warns me it's going to preserve the cache until I'm able to import it. Manage preserved cache operation. You'll not be able to start your operating system as long as preserved cache persists. Oh boy. So when you look at this, it's showing everything is healthy. A RAID 5, optimal, 5.456 terabytes, and online. So it is a bit strange. What is going on here? When I reboot, it says it's not happy. There's the manage, whoops. C for cancel, hit OK. So at the top left corner, you'll see manage preserve cache. Hit Alt-M to get in there. And it brings up this menu at any time. Okay, so that's all that does. Yeah, I'm a little worried at this point. Time to break open the instruction manual and perhaps work with support. I don't know. Let's see. Alt-V brings up virtual drives. Optimal already. Hit Properties. And then go. It should show me the properties. Read write, status optimal. It's currently on write through. Okay. So you can see it's kind of messed up there. Oh no, there we go. Default write back with. Okay. No, that's all fine. Let's see what advanced operation says. Alt-G for go. Enable SSD caching. What happens if I do that? Nothing. Probably because it was already enabled. Let's go back to virtual drives, Alt-V, properties, Alt-P, Alt-G for go, and staying optimal. Advanced operations is Alt-V, spacebar to highlight it, Alt-G to go to it. It'd be great if down arrow worked here. Here. But it doesn't. All right, I guess the question is, can I even boot into Windows on a hard drive that's nothing to do with the RAID array? See if it'll actually let me get past this. I don't think it will. So this is the nasty part when we read right here, right? After 30 days, become foreign and will be inaccessible. Only used in non-production once enabled. After 30 days, unaccessible unless the trial key is re-entered or purchased and a permanent key is entered. Boy, oh boy. So I've got the hardware key installed, but it sure is acting exactly like when I tried to remove the keys after I installed the hardware key. 30 days had not elapsed. I removed all trial keys, and this is exactly how the array behaved. So I really do need to engage with support to figure out how to import my RAID array without losing everything that was on it. All right, I think that's a wrap here for this video. And